I'm Lauren, I'm an iBank manager at NHS Blood and Transplant. I've worked at NHS BT for 21 years and started as a tissue bank assistant, which at the time was based at the tissue bank in Wakefield. So part of my role when I first started was I would process tissue ready for grafts that would be transplanted, but also was part of the team that would travel out and collect the tissue from the donors that had consented for tissue donation. So we'd bring them back to the bank, process them, and then store them ready to send out for when hospitals needed them for transplant. I still remember the day really well. I'd been in the clean rooms processing that morning, and I think it actually was skin that I was processing. And when I'd reached breaking my process, I was told that there'd been a major incident. So I went to the tea room, normally really nice, bubbly, noisy place, and it was silent. We had the news on and we were just watching the events unfold on the TV. We were worried about our colleagues. We had another tissue bank based in Edgware, and Edgware tube station had been attacked. So we were worried about them. Thankfully, everyone was okay, but we were also thinking what we needed to do to be able to help. So normally for skin grafts, the patients don't receive that skin graft until a few days after the accident or the injury. So we knew we had time to start collecting information, seeing where we were. So we started reviewing how much skin graft we had on site. Was there any that were moving through the system and we could push the results through and make more grafts available. And we were balancing that up with the fact that we didn't know what the impact was. We didn't know how many patients had been affected, how many victims there were. And another thing that we did, a lot of my time was spent travelling up and down the country the few days after the attack to go to as many skin donors as possible. So we were looking at the donors that we had out there. We were retrieving skin to bring it back for processing, to bank it straight away. I think we were thinking very much that the skin we did have, all the grafts that we had, were likely to be all reserved and sent out for this incident, so we needed to get as much stock back as possible to rebuild our stock. Yeah, so we were the only skin bank in the country, so when this happened, it was all coming from the bank in Wakefield. The Department of Health and Social Care actually approached NHS BT following the incident, and they worked with us to see what we could do to make sure we could increase donors and increase our stock for skin grafts in case anything like this ever happened again. They were thinking forward to things like the 2012 Olympics, where there could potentially be an attack. So we were making sure we were prepared and held a minimum stock level of skin grafts ready for that. And that's something that we still work to that stock level today. So all of this wouldn't be possible without the donations, and it's a really brave decision that donor families make at that time when they're going through grief, to think about others. And I think families would probably find a lot of comfort knowing if their loved ones donated tissue that it could go towards helping others in an incident such as what happened on July the 7th. I know for me that would be a great comfort.